everybody, and welcome back to the channel from what's been an interesting weekend that we've had, especially with no deal being made and Trump going ahead and coming out and pushing those executive orders out like we talked about in the earlier videos. Not saying that I know everything, because I don't, but I follow this stuff day in and day out, and I try to bring everything to you first and make sure that we know what's going on. Before we get started, if you don't mind, hit that like button, subscribe, that we can keep getting the content, because I post videos at least 3 a week, if not every day, every other day. Make sure you can stay on top of this, because within seconds and minutes of me getting this information, I'm putting videos out. So furthermore, let's get into it. I wanted to go ahead and put another video out sooner than what I'm doing now, but it's just been so much of a whirlwind with executive orders coming out. And I wanted to hint on that, but I'm like, well, let's just wait, because I don't want to just be like, hey, we got some executive orders, here it is. I wanted to try to dig a little bit deeper and find out exactly what's going on, so that's what I want to do. So there's 2 things I want to talk about now. It's already pushed out, which is the $400 unemployment boost and the eviction and mortgage crisis. I want to dive into the mortgage and eviction crisis first. And don't forget, down below in the comments, if there's anything you want me to cover, if you got any questions, leave them down below. And while you're there, don't forget to check out the link in the description about your 2 free stocks. We need to deposit $100 with Webull, 2 free stocks. Heck, if you want to put the $100 in there, get your 2 free stocks, put your $100 back out, that's fine, you can. But they're giving out 2 free stocks right now, valued anywhere from, I think, around $1,400 to $1,400. So make sure that you take advantage of that right now. It's free. Why not? I like free. You like free. We all like free. Take advantage of it. Eviction and mortgage crisis. Trump did go ahead and come out and say, look, we're going to extend that ban only if you think it's going to impact COVID. So basically, if your lender wants to throw you out, they can, if they think doing so is not a threat to growing the COVID-19 virus, Rona. Who knows what's going on with that? I'll do some more digging and we'll find out. But basically, in a nutshell, for up till now, if you're late, you can't get thrown out of your home by your landlord. If you're behind on your mortgage, you can't get thrown out. Although, I do encourage you to do this, you can apply for 1 year of mortgage assistance, where it's forbearance, where they take where you're behind, put it on the end of the loan, and for the next 12 months, you don't have to make a mortgage payment. I'm not going to get too far deep into that, because I've already done that in another video. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you watch those and see those. I do at least 3 videos a week, sometimes more, sometimes every day, every other day. So subscribe down below. That way you stay on top of all the content, just like I do, because within seconds and minutes of getting this information, I'm putting it out there for you. And earlier in the week, we hit the nail pretty good on the head, where I was talking about, look, if we don't get an agreement this week between the Democrats and Republicans, that Trump was going to go ahead and do executive actions, which he did, which we're talking about, which is in this video. Anyways, so once again, your landlord, I guess, can technically throw you out if he's saying, hey, they don't have the COVID, it's not going to make the widespread any more than what it is now, get out. But Trump is a good negotiator, as well as Nancy Pelosi, everybody else. I'm not picking sides. I'm not saying I'm for Trump. I'm not saying I'm against Trump. I'm not saying I'm Republican. I'm not saying I'm Democrat. What I'm saying is I am for the people. You guys, me, us, the people. So a lot of people are saying, look, Trump went ahead and threw this executive action together. Now they really don't have to rush to do anything. They can go ahead and go on recess for the next 30 days. I believe it's until September 8th before they come back and try to throw a plan together. Nope, on the contrary. Nancy Pelosi did an interview yesterday where she's saying, look, he's not giving us any money for schools, not any money for the post office, not any money for the SNAP program, which is, essentially food stamps. And she's saying, look, we have food deprived children in America right now, and we have got to get a bill together now. So they are not going on recess, last I checked, which was today, which is Monday, and they've already called Trump. He said in his speech today, saying, hey, they've got my number. They've already called me. Isn't it funny now that I've done that? Now they're ready to make a deal. So go ahead and pushing those executive orders didn't give us this, and now we don't have that. It at least gives us something for now while we're waiting. And now the other party realizes that and like, hey, we have to make a deal now. We don't have stimulus checks yet, but we will. Both parties, Republicans and Democrats, have both agreed on $1,200 and $500 for dependents. They're just fighting mostly over money for states, bailouts. And I've also went over this in the video, but I'll touch on it briefly. Trump's like, look, we're not giving money away to states that's been managed poorly and not ran properly, and it's not a direct effect of the Rona. We're not bailing them out. It's their fault. Nancy Pelosi's like, look, we got to have some money for this stuff too. I find that they're getting ready to they're pretty close on the agreement. Nancy Pelosi is like, look, we'll go down $1 billion. You guys go up $1 trillion, sorry. And let's meet in the middle. I find that extremely fair. Let's see what happens. I'm probably going to guesstimate we'll have something by this week or the next. But quickly, I want to pull up a calendar real quick and dive into this $400 a week unemployment boost, which is retroactive pay, meaning they'll go back from the week ending in August 1st. So July, August, that last week. And for now, until the end of the year. And also, one thing I want to touch on too, he has went ahead and put forth the payroll tax holiday, where it will roughly give about 7.5% off your taxes at work when it comes out of your paychecks. You're not going to have to be paying that until the end of the year. Then he's saying if reelected, that he'll go ahead and make that forgivable. But I think he already has. There's a little bit of rumors going around the rumor mill right now, but let's check out our calendars here. Here we are today at August 10th. Now, we were supposed to have a deal by here on the 7th. That'll give them this week here to go ahead and get the bill together, and hopefully Trump would have signed it by the 21st, and we would have had some money, stimulus money, by then, as well as unemployment, which is in North Carolina. I need to check to see if it's the same everywhere else. Paydays are on Mondays. So we would have already had almost 3 stimulus checks roughly, or at least starting here on the 28th, had they got that together. So now, here we are in the week of August 10th. Push it another week. So let's say they can come up with some kind of agreement here by the 14th. That'll give them a week to piece something together. Then it'll take about another week for everyone to draft everything up and for the president to hopefully sign by the 28th, maybe the 26th, Wednesday at the earliest. And then we can have payments in the last-ish week of August, first week of September. I know we got to get some money to the people. Instead of, let's pull up September here. I know I've got September somewhere here. All right, pay attention to the rest of that stuff. So, September here. Maybe by September 4th. Who knows for sure. Yeah. So anyways, and so far with this executive action that Trump set out, there's only so much money left in the kitty, so to say, in the squirrel, some people like to say. If that runs out by the amount of people that is on unemployment right now, with the amount of money that we have, it's only enough to probably fund us all the way through to the last week of September, maybe first week of October, before it runs up. Now, we know that Congress would come back on September 8th, so that would give a few weeks to go through that. But they're in session right now, starting from today, the 10th to the 14th. Like I said, we should have something by then, and we get those checks, even stimulus checks, by that week. So let's touch back on unemployment for a little bit as well, too. So we know right now that it's $400 a week boost, and the federal government is paying about 75% of that, while states are left to pay 25%.